Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith, and this is Gloom of Kilforth, part 4 of our epic journey. And Vognus, in the last video, had quite the run-in with a serpent who he didn't realize was as weak as he was, and ran away instead, mistakenly missing out on a kill. I'm going to talk about a couple things that I missed in the last video, clean up where we're at, and we'll move forward. The first thing I want to make mention of, that has nothing to do with the rules, but just me, is that I use this red die to count, or had been using it to count days. I'm going to start using this to count the number of night cards currently in play or drawn. So currently this is at 4, and obviously it'll increase as we go. That is what that is for now, no longer for days. Just easier for me to track that way. Number 2, when we were forced to go ahead and engage the enemy in the Wretched Bog, sadly the serpent had an ability here that said sacrifice 1 item, so that is in play when it's set as a map trap. It happens immediately on engagement, and that sadly means that the poison that we had in our hand as a rumor is no longer gone. So we can thematically say that we essentially had that in our hand. Maybe the ingredients fell out when we were battling the serpent and we stepped on them and crushed them, and now we weren't able to actually go ahead to try to discover any poison or create any poison in the Wretched Bog. So that's no good. And then the third thing was I had totally missed the fact that the serpent was 3 health, which meant I could have used a fate token or even discarded a card as a rumor from my hand in order to kill off the serpent, but I thought it was 4 health. For some reason I think I was looking at this instead of this, and so I missed that opportunity because we pulled a night card, and now I'm no longer able to go back and change that. I just kind of missed out on it. The other thing I missed was when I went ahead at the end of our first round of battle and decided I don't want anything to do with this anymore, when I should have just stuck around and killed him, I escaped over to this location here, and when you do so, you're done. You make camp and you're done for the day. Now I had 1 AP left, thought I could spend it, and I went ahead and cleared an obstacle. Well, guess what? That obstacle is coming back for the second time. I've tried to clear that thing away, and I wasn't allowed to do that. I was supposed to make camp, so I was supposed to pass him out, and we were supposed to have Vognus supposed to have a nice sleep in the Spire Tour. So being at that location is all well and good, but that obstacle comes back. When that obstacle comes back, I also lose the loot that was tied to it for clearing it. That happened to be a trap. Now that's the only good side of this, is that means this goes back into the bag, which I'm okay with, although I don't really ever want to see it again. The positive on it is that I'm going to end up getting an extra heart here, and that means I wouldn't have lost the heart, which means I would have had the AP to start this new turn. So that's the good news. So at least something went positive for Vognus there, even though everything else did not seem to pan out for him. So we're going to go ahead and move right into the next day. So Vognus is on his feet, ready to explore, and we're going to go ahead and try to go after these keywords. We still need plains and we still need stranger, and I'm more than happy to move Vognus from the Spire Tour, where he is a little bit scared based on continuing to come back to it. He wants to get away from it. The one thing I like about going to the rolling hills is that we could head up to the green meadows up here, which has a plain location, both of which are not in gloom yet, so that's good. Another positive with this is if I'm on a mountain space, Vognus knows that he can heal 1 HP, and he's at 3, so hey, that's not a bad thing to do. So what is he going to do? Well, of course, he's going to go hidden. So he's going to go hidden at a cost of 1 AP. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move Vognus. He's going to make a long trek into the rolling hills. So he's headed into the rolling hills, meaning we're going to have to spend another AP to do so. So we're now down to 1 AP left. Now we're going to have to pull a card, an encounter card from the mountains, and see what we get. We found ourselves a Beastman. Of course, we're not finding anything good because in the mountains things are scary. This is a feral and bloodthirsty creature. The Beastmen of the mountains live only to wreak havoc on the outlying lands. So we have encountered a Beastman while we were trying to find a cave to take refuge in for the day, and he's attacking us. We've got 3 attacks, so a little bit less than the attack. That's nice. We can't evade him because we do not have a higher sneak value than him, so we wouldn't auto succeed at that. But we are hidden, so we can use the element of surprise against him when we encounter him, and we do have to encounter him now. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's get our dice ready here. I'm a little scared because I could still lose some HP here, and this could still go south. And I mean, that's never good. The good thing is we have the advantage of getting 1 extra die on him because we started off with being hidden. So we're going to remove that now in order to gain that extra dice. So the black dice represent Vognus's dice, where 1 of them right here is for sneak. The other 3 are going to relate to the Beastmen's total number of dice rolled. And we're going to go ahead and roll this first. Before we do this, though, I'm going to grab 3 HP and put them on the Beastman, so we know how many hearts he has before we go ahead and attack him. Let's make our roll and see what happens. Hey, okay, well, it's good and bad. It's good and bad. Very high roll. We basically did the same thing across the board. So he's gonna hit us, which is bad. But you know what, guys? We're gonna make this work. So we're gonna end up getting hit for 2, which is too bad. Oh, sorry, I actually have to take the one with AP on it. So sadly, we lose that last AP, which means we'll be making camp real quick. So we lost the heart on that, and then we lose another heart because we were hit twice. So we're down to 1. But the great thing about this is the Beastman was hit for 2. We had 2 successes at 5 and 6, so 2 off him, and I'm absolutely going to use a fate token to ensure we kill him. And that gives me an automatic extra success. You can only do that extra fate ability once per day. I'm choosing to do it now because I want him off the board and I do not want to die in another round of battle or try to escape. So we have taken out the Beastman. That is awesome. Vognus, again, valiantly fighting to his last breath, not being killed off, somehow surviving, kills the Beastman in the rolling hills. And when he does so, he can gain either the 1 gold that shows on this card, or we can go to the loot bag. Well, we put the trap back in the loot bag, so, you know, with the way things are going here, it's possible I could pull it again. That would be terrible. If I pulled the trap right now, I think I'd cry, because Vognus is like... already, he could use a break. He could use a break, I think, at this point. So here's hoping that this next one's good. All right, what do we got? 3 gold. Hey, that's good. I'm happy with that. So basically, what we can thematically say is that we had a little battle here with the Beastman, who was carrying a pouch of coins, and as we struck him down and killed him, the coins hit the ground and scattered everywhere, and Vognus quickly gathered them up, even though he was beaten up and bloodied. Now we also have another choice. We can choose to keep him as a rumor if we need him. However, his keywords don't really line up with anything we currently need. But we can always use him to discard as an extra fate success, which is a nice thing. Or we can decide, screw that, let's discard him right down here in the bottom right for that symbol right there. We can discard this card and get an item. I think I want to do that. Plus, you guys haven't seen that happen yet in the video, so I'd like to do that. I'm going to discard this card instead of taking it as a rumor. And we are going to go ahead to the item deck, and we're going to pull this and see what we get. Dwarven Axe. Now we're talking. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Let's see what happens with this guy. So Dwarven Axe, it's obviously an item weapon. Deed is to sacrifice, and you defeat an enemy at your location. Very cool. So it could come in very handy. It's at the Lonely Gorge, and it says, after centuries of battling the deep goblins and dwarves, forged the axe, a peerless weapon from their finest craftsmen. Very cool. Where is the Lonely Gorge? Oh, it's right here in front of me. Look at that. So I'm not too far away from it, but we can head there. Now, it doesn't go here. This is an item, or it goes into our hand as a rumor, I'm sorry, and we know that the Dwarven Axe can be found at the Lonely Gorge. If we move here and we go here, we can spend an AP to discover this item, and then it becomes an asset and goes into our hand. But currently, it sits in our hand as a rumor. So we've heard rumors of a Dwarven Axe being created and molded out of fire, and it was told that this axe could be found in the Lonely Gorge, and so that's something we might want to go ahead and take a look for. Now, the only downside of this whole exercise here with this enemy is that I have no AP left, so we are forced to end the day here. And we also kind of hurting a little bit. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the night phase now. I'm glad we succeeded that, although barely, but we did. We're not at a location with Gloom. That's good. And now we're going to go ahead and pull the night card and see what happens at night. We got ourselves the Rosen Crusader. Okay, so this is another stranger. Hey, that's not bad because we do need that keyword. And in revealed, you place a stranger at the Grand Plains. Okay, let's see where that is. I'm not going to talk too much about what's going on here, but we can encounter him as a stranger and stuff like that when we choose if we can get to this location. But he's here. Oh, and as well, I don't want to forget that the Grand Plains also falls into Gloom. So what was a very, very nice area. Oh shoot, I had that on the wrong side the whole time. So this is what it should have looked like, and it is flipped to this because we have not put that into Gloom just yet. So there we go. That's too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and flip that over, and boom, nasty. Okay, now what's next? That's the night phase, so we're done there. We're gonna go ahead, and we didn't have any successes anywhere to discard. We have no, we're already unhidden, that's good. Everyone's alive. And I think we're ready to move into the daylight phase. Daylight phase, now the one thing we don't want to forget about is the fact that our dwarf, Vognus, when daylight ended, I should have healed myself for 1 HP, so I don't want to forget that, because at this point right now in the daylight phase, we get our AP back, meaning we get 2 which isn't terrible, although it's not great. It allows us to go hidden and move, which is okay, I guess. So what we're going to do now is it's the beginning of a new day. So let's have Vognus go hidden, because that makes sense, just in case we want to gain an extra success potentially. And then we're going to use the other one to move into the green meadows. So we're going to have Vognus move from the rolling hills. He's had a wonderful sleep and feels a little bit better, although still hurting a little bit, and treks his way to what looks to be a very, very bright monument there. And he's going to go explore the green meadows. He's never been to a plains location in his life, and he's looking forward to seeing what he encounters there. He found a Watchman. Hey guys, this could be good. We got a stranger keyword, we got a noble keyword into plains. We got two of the keywords here that we need, although we can't use one card for both, but still, that's great news. It gives us a little bit of flexibility. He has a weakness to rank, which I don't believe I have anything that way that would be able to win. His name is Teff, and he once led one of the most feared contingents of the City Watch. His patrol was as dangerous as it was respected. So if he's an enemy, obviously we can fight him, but we can do an influence test to see if we can influence him, and that could be good. So right now we're going to be able to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to read it says here, hidden heroes cannot confront strangers. They must come out of hiding first. Okay, so I'm hidden, and I can't be hidden, so I have to come out of hiding to confront. Now the only problem with this is I've moved in here. He's not an enemy. Oh, actually, you know what? It doesn't matter, because essentially I need to use an AP in order to confront him, and I don't have any left because I chose to go hidden and then moved, so my AP's done. So he's here. He's somebody we can actually choose to confront on the next turn, but you don't just automatically engage or go after strangers. It's different with enemies. You have to be engaged with them immediately as soon as they come on the map, and it doesn't cost an AP. But with strangers, you actually have to choose to confront them. So that's kind of a little bit different, but at least we're going to be done another day. Sadly, we don't have any more health to add to our pile here. We're going to really need to try to heal, and we're not in the mountains anymore, so it's also a downside. So we're going to end our day right now, and we're going to obviously, let's see, what's the first thing we should do? Well, we're not in a gloom location, so we lose no health. We can draw and resolve a night card, so that makes sense. Let's do that and hope that it's nothing bad. Civil War. Okay, so this is an event. Civil War breaks out now that the Sprawl has fallen into... No way! Sprawl City has fallen into gloom, guys. So the one place where we could do market actions, we never even got a chance to do it. Although we can still go there and do it. We just lose health if we try. But it has gone... I'm going to put this right here. So Sprawl City has been engulfed in Civil War. So this is going so fast. I'm going to trip up my counter here to 5. I believe I'm going to do a quick count here because I think that might have to be higher now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I discarded 1. So that's 5. Yep, I discarded 1. Oh yeah, and then up here, so 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So we're at that was now the 6th night card on the board. I missed one here during this playthrough, I think, to flip that. Well, that's no good. And now we're going to go ahead. We lose our hidden because they get reset every night. You don't get to keep that overnight. We're also going to get our AP back, although I don't get to heal because I'm not at a mountain location, so that's too bad. But I have 2 AP here, which is probably enough to gain the stranger, hopefully. What else do we got? I think that's pretty much it. And now we get to move into our next day. Well, we're already here with the Watchman, so we can just choose to confront him right away. And it says you can confront a quest, place, or stranger at your location only if no obstacles are present. And there are no obstacles there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab this Watchman card. And on this day, we're going to try to defeat it. And we're doing this with an influence. So I'm going to confront him. It cost me 1 AP to confront, which I'm going to do, and we're going to be confronting him trying to get 3 successes on our will. We have a total of 2 plus 2, which is 4. So we're going to be rolling 4 dice, looking for trying to get a total of 3 successes, and we can also stack with 1 more AP. We can roll and try to make that work. Now, if we don't get any successes on this, he can go from being a happy character, which is a wonderful stranger, to a terrible enemy, which would involve this token here coming on him if we don't gain any successes. So that's not good. So let's see how this pans out. This could be really interesting. It does say perform an influence test in an attempt to defeat this encounter. If the hero gains no successes in this test and has accrued none from previous tests, the attempt fails and the hero places one of the enemy tokens on the stranger. So basically you have like 2 chances. You have 1 fail chance and then the second one he turns into a enemy. So here's hoping. Oh, good. Woo! Those dice just fell over. Okay, so we got 2 successes. That's good. So we got 2 of the successes we needed in order to gain him. So we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to grab 2 gold. We'll use those to track our successes on him so far. And I could use a fate token in order to try again. I'd also like to heal. So you know what? I'm going to use... This may seem silly, but I'm going to use a fate token in order to gain the success that I need to get this stranger, because I don't want to waste any more time. So the reason I'm not using the other AP to roll again and try to, because what you do when you're trying to do is gain a stranger is you have more AP, you can choose to confront it again, you can stack your successes until you get there. But the thing is, I want to keep 1 to be able to heal, because we need to get Vognus kind of healed up again this day. So we've now successfully encountered this guy, so that's great news. And he's going to go ahead as a stranger. He just goes into our hand essentially as a rumor. So now we have 3 here, which is great. And we've actually now accrued 2 of the keywords that we need. We have the Badlands one, and we have Plains, or we have Stranger. So we still need to get 1 of the other, and then we're good to go. So that's good. We're progressing, finally. All right. So we're going to use our other AP right now, my last one, to heal. And it allows me to gain 1 HP, which gets me a little bit stronger, a little bit more ready. We've also got some gold. That's great news. And I think that's pretty much it. So we can end our day again. And let's see, is there anything else that needs to happen here? I don't think so. I think we're good. So we're not in the land of gloom or anything, but we're in a complete... So I guess Vognus now is tired again. He's going to go for another night of sleep. So he's not in a gloom location, so he's completely safe that way. We draw and resolve a night card. We get the Veil of Fog. So we finally have a weather-changing event occur here. This is revealed. Each hero is limited to 1 move action a day. Okay. And then it says, when night begins on the 3rd day after this card enters play, discard this card. Okay, so what's going to happen right off the bat is I'm going to take the weather card that was in play, the Eerie Stillness is no more. One thing we also don't want to forget about is what's going into gloom. So the Green Meadows is going to fall into gloom. So let's find that and drop it into gloom. Where is the Green Meadows? I don't see the Green Meadows. Where are they? I must be going blind. Oh, it's a blue. It's a Plains location, so it's green, or it's blue. Why am I not? Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing. Okay, so basically the location I just went into gloom. So gloom is following me. I think. I don't think it likes me very much. But as Vognus slept at night, he thought he was in a safe location, but the fog just started to creep into the atmosphere as a massive veil of fog appeared in the land of Kilforth. What we're going to do, it says, when night begins on the 3rd day after this card enters play, discard this card. Okay, so this is going to last for 3 full days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 gold, because it's the only way we're going to be able to track this. Or actually, no, I'm going to use a dice. I'm going to use a dice. It's just cleaner. So I'm going to use a die here at 3. Okay, we're going to have to remember to bump this down every single day that goes by. So we're going to put this weather card where the other one was, the Eerie Stillness, and then we got a 3 right beside it, okay? So basically, we're going to be ticking that down, and it says, when night begins on the 3rd day, after this card is played, discard it. Okay, so it's going to last for a few more turns, and that's when we get to discard it. 3 more rounds of that. Okay, so we're only allowed to move one spot per day, which is going to slow us right down. But that's the end now of the night phase, and of course we don't have anything else we need to worry about in the dawn phase. Nothing becomes unhidden and all that good stuff, nothing veiled. But we do get our AP back because we're beginning the daylight, so this is going to go back in, so that's good. We've got 3 AP, which is enough to get us to do something. Now the only downside to this is we have to make a decision here as to which direction to go. Now, the only options right now, orthogonally, is to go towards the Serpent again, although even going further along, there's nothing positive that route. So maybe going back through the Rolling Hills to guarantee our healing is a good idea, and then we can kind of slowly head back down. The problem with where we are at right now currently is that I wanted to stay there for another turn, but I don't want to now because it's in Gloom, it'll hurt me. I need to find another card, and it's likely that this is the one I'm going to probably end up going after. This chapter is taking a little bit longer to get through because of how the cards have pulled out, so I do apologize for that, but I'm doing my best, I swear. So what we're going to do is I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to take, we'll take Vognus. He's ready to go on this next day of his journey. He's woken up, he's feeling a little bit better. He's got 3 AP action points to use. He's at 3 out of 4 health, it's not bad. He's going to start heading down towards the Rolling Hills. So he's going to move into the Rolling Hills. There is no encounter card there, so I do have to pull another one. So let's see what happens. I found a troll. Good gosh. Okay, so it's an enemy, Humanoid Mountain. When the battle round starts, the troll heals 1 HP. Oh my gosh. What I just realized that I totally forgot to do, and I always do this, so I'm gonna, oh shoot, I totally forgot to go hidden, which I would have done, and I just forgot about it. So I know this is totally breaking the mold of what I normally do, but I am gonna go hidden for this because I have in every move opportunity I have, and it would be bad not to. But what's gonna end up happening anyway is you can see the sneak value is very, very, the sneak value is really, really low. So I can choose, now that I'm hidden, because I always go hidden whenever I move from place to place, as you've noticed before, I just forgot there. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up discarding this hidden in order to completely get past him. I don't want to see this guy. So it says here, if hidden, you may attempt to sneak test, and it's an auto success if your sneak is greater than your foes. So I'm going to sneak past him, meaning I'm not going to move or leave the place that I'm in, but I don't have to encounter him. So that's good news. So that's pleasant. And we're going to go ahead and say that I used 1 for the sneak, or 1 for the hidden token, and 1, of course, to move, meaning I have 1 AP left to do something with. Now, I can only rest to regain 1 lost HP if no encounters are present. There is an encounter present, so I cannot rest, meaning this last AP is a kind of useless, but the thing is I'm at a mountain location, so that's a plus, and I'll be able to heal up in the next turn. So for now, I'm just going to stop and say I'm making camp, which was not exactly the most productive day ever, but his turn is now done. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm not in a Gloom location, thank goodness. I didn't end my turn in the Green Meadows, but I am here now. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull a night card. So again, what we're going to do is turn the Veil of Fog down to 2, because we want to remember that every single time it goes down to the night phase, we flip that down 1. We got the Wave of Doom. Good gosh. Okay, this is an enemy. He's undead, and he's revealed. You place this enemy at the Dead Swamp, and the Dead Swamp goes into Gloom. So way over here in the corner, the Dead Swamp has now fallen into Gloom. Terrible, terrible, I tell you. So we got another card over here, sitting here, which is not good, and it's an enemy undead character. Nasty. And now we've got 7 in play, so we'll go ahead, grab another die, and we've got 7 night cards in play total. All right. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves our AP for the day. Oh, and sorry, I don't want to forget to get my 1 HP for ending in a mountain location. So that's essentially it, guys. I'm going to stop here. We did a whole bunch of days in this video. I hope you guys are enjoying. I'll see you guys in the next episode.